Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures, and that is that is Ruth. And guess who that is right there? That's my buddy Alton. And he and we just went to lunch. We went to a place called
La Torca.
A La Turca. We had some steak and meat platter, and Alton had meat platter, and it was how much peso? For
two
four.
meat platter for 4 person with French fries,
Shake.
and shake, and I think 1,000.
So let's just say 1,200 peso, which is what, $24. So for $24, four of us ate. We had really good food, and as you can tell, look, full. But anyway, Alton was telling a story, and I've said this before. Everybody needs to meet my buddy from U.S. He's been here since 1993, and he has been all over the islands. And he left and went back to the U.S. for 5 years. So you could just add 5 years to that. But anyway, he's been on and off, and he's been all over the islands, so he's very familiar with the islands. And how old are you now?
87.
87. He's 87 years young. So, and he was just telling a story about Julia Childs. Now, I let him tell you a story about something I found very interesting. That Alton, if you ask him what he did back years ago, some of you might remember who he used to be and what he used to do, and I'm going to have him explain it. And it had to do with sports, and it had to do with him wrestling. And some of you may know or remember him when he did that. And then I want him to tell you the story about Julia Childs and me and he's got. Oh, and McDonald's. I'll let him tell the story. Which one you want to start with?
Well, let's start with Wild Red Berry. He was a wrestler. And so I was working in a bar, and I got a whole $1 a day plus 2 meals, and the cruddiest place to sleep you've ever seen. Anyway, these 3 people came in, 2 guys, 1 woman. They went back into the pool room. Next thing I hear, she is yelling, "Rape!" I jumped over the bar. I was a gymnast in high school, forcibly. And so I jumped up and kicked the first one in the chest. He went flying out the front door. Did the same thing to the second guy. He landed up in the pool cues. By then, the police arrived. They laughed because they knew these characters, and they arrested them. And one of the guys there at the bar, Clarence Barrymore, he was a wrestler and went under the pseudonym of Wild Red Berry. He offered me a job. He said, "You come with me, I'll teach you, and I'll pay you $100 a week."
Ooh.
And that's $1 a day.
That's from $1 a day to $100 a week. And, of course, I thought he was lying, but when I found out that he was telling the truth, hey, I was all over that guy. And he did, and he picked a name for me. The name was Tommy Nyland. I was the boy from Australia who had never been there. And I had a kangaroo kick, which I'd never seen a kangaroo. But one thing led to another, and I made enough money to go to the university.
Yeah.
And that's where everything started. Then one long winter night, I was going from one nuclear plant in Washington State to another one in California called San Onofre. And roads were not good at that time because they were working on the highway, on the interstate. And what a mess it was. So I stopped at this little burg called San Bernardino. I saw 2 police cars. They were out there chatting. And I stopped and I asked them, "Hey man, where can I get a cup of coffee and some food?" "Well, there is no place." And then one of them thought, "Well, there's this guy, he just bought a fast food, and go up." They told me where. "Blink your lights, he'll think it's us and he'll come out." He did. I did, he did. And we started talking. He had the most delicious coffee I think I've ever tasted. Plus I was super hungry, and all he had was shoestring potatoes. So
I like
what
them.
I had.
Yeah.
Potatoes and coffee.
Yeah.
And just chatting back and forth. He had just taken over this restaurant, and he needed money. I just happened to have 1,000 pesos in the bank that I didn't need.
$1,000.
$1,000. Oh, I'm sorry, I said pesos.
That's right.
$1,000 in the bank I didn't need. So I figured, well, take a chance.
Yeah.
I did. It parlayed into McDonald's.
Yeah. Can you believe that? He's telling me that story. I couldn't believe it. And today you got news about that particular situation. It's really enhanced his paycheck.
No, let's leave that one.
Okay, I'll delete that. All right, so tell Julia Childs.
Julia Childs. She was working in Paris. So was I. I was working night shift as an engineer. We were working on nuclear plants at the time. And as I passed by, who do you think I saw? Julia Childs. And she was teaching. Now she was the ambassador, the American ambassador's wife. And she was teaching. And a lovely lady, you'll never meet anybody equal to her. Because she was just one of a kind. She was big.
Yeah.
She had a voice that you will remember.
Yeah.
And she had a philosophy. And she said, don't try to remember all of these recipes. So you remember what the food tastes like. And then you combine the things that you like best. Now that's your recipe. And everybody will love you for it. She was 100% right.
Yeah.
Great lady.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, the thing of it is, everybody, if anybody knows who Julia Childs was, I mean, she's probably one of the most favorite cooks for a lot of people for many years. And she had her own show for many years, and they're still showing her old shows on TV now, even on PBS, I noticed. And we happen to be over here, and I decided, and these are just some of the stories that my buddy has. I mean, like I said, he's been here. Yeah, so this is like, it'd be a part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if I can sweet talk him to do it, and maybe tell some of the stories. But he has some wonderful experiences in his life, and sometimes if you share these experiences with someone, and you know, someone can actually go back in memory, and actually he may find an old friend that he once knew at one time. Because as you know, there's millions of people looking at videos all the time online and might see his picture on there. But I want to thank everybody for watching. Please hit subscribe. And Ruth and I say,
don't forget to like and comment.
And this is my buddy Alton, and we'll see you
Bye
next time.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.